That's why, from a strategic point of view, such efforts could facilitate future U.S. military operation should diplomacy fail. And in fact, the U.S. has removed the blockade, but they haven't removed their forces there. Hello. The Memorandum of Understanding between the United States and Iran that was signed 2 days ago marks a major turning point. It's a significant event between both sides. The agreement has already been effective in so many ways. Iran has opened the Strait of Hormuz. The US has ended its naval blockade of Iran's port, and both sides have agreed on a 60-day period of negotiations in order to reach a permanent or a long-term settlement between both sides in order to end hostilities between them forever. The central question that needs to be asked here is that, does the opening of Hormuz represent merely a pause in hostilities, or it is the beginning of a genuine normalization of relations between both sides? For the United States, there is no doubt that the opening of straits is an opportunity to restore maritime commerce. Not only that, but also to ensure freedom of navigation and to remove the remaining threats there, especially to remove the mines in the Strait of Hormuz, because the mines that Iran drew into the war when the war started on 28th February. In fact, England, France, and Germany, they are expected to send their experts equipped with specialized vessels into the region in order to clear the waters from those mines. That's why, from a strategic point of view, such efforts could facilitate future U.S. military operation should diplomacy fail. And in fact, the U.S. has removed the blockade, but they haven't removed their forces there. The U.S. hasn't removed its forces around the strait. And this is one of the main demands by Iranian side. The U.S. has the forces there in high alert. The evidence points to the fact that the United States is highly likely to go the path of normalization of diplomacy and diminishing the possibilities of future confrontations if Iran first demonstrates a genuine willingness to end any military nuclear ambition. Second, if Iran allows extensive international verification of its nuclear activities by IAEA's inspectors. Third, if Iran abandons its confrontational, its hostile approach toward the countries of the region, and especially Israel, including Israel, and especially Israel. Tehran, from my point of view, Tehran might not have chosen the path of diplomacy and to sign the agreement out of good faith. Because, first, the opening of the strait and the lifting of restriction on Iranian trade provides Tehran with important economic relief. The agreement offers them breathing space after months of conflict and economic strain. Second, the memorandum can help Hezbollah to preserve its military leverage to some extent. And this is kind of critical for Iran and detrimental to Israel. Third, Tehran can continue reconstructing its military sites while being prepared for any potential US military operation around the state. Yesterday, Iran spokesperson Qaani told the media that Iran's missiles are for launching, not for negotiation, meaning that they don't see themselves in a kind of weak position to negotiate on the range of their missiles. They want to preserve those leverage, and this is so important because this shows that Iran is not doing this out of good faith. And Iran also asked Israel, asking the US to put pressure on Israel to retreat its forces from the south of Lebanon. And this is another factor. From my perspective, it's highly unlikely that this agreement will halt. Have a nice day.